What if 90 focused minutes a day could turn scattered notes into finished essays, smarter decisions, and original ideas without working longer? If you've ever stared at a blank page thinking, I know I've learned this, so why can't I use it? That's the bottleneck we're fixing. If you consume constantly yet still face a blank page, your intelligence isn't stuck. It's disconnected. You read, you highlight, you save AI summaries, you feel productive, but when it's time to think, nothing connects. Here's a simple system, used in different forms by Nicholas Luhmann and Richard Feynman, that turns scattered notes into a growing thinking network. Quick question, do your notes actually talk to each other? Yes or no? Let's start with Daniel. He listens to podcasts during his commute, reads 30 pages a night, experiments with AI tools on weekends. His note app contains 1247 entries. Daniel has 1247 notes. He scrolls. Nothing connects, so he assumes he needs more input. But the real problem isn't quantity, it's structure. On one hand, Daniel believes more input equals more intelligence. On the other hand, his results show accumulation without integration. If you had to delete all your notes tomorrow, would your thinking survive? That's the constraint. Not effort, not intelligence. Structure. Imagine puzzle pieces scattered across different tables. You may own every piece, but without a board, no picture appears. First, diagnose the constraint. Stop measuring growth by consumption. Measure it by synthesis. How many original connections did you create this week? What did you produce from your notes? Luhmann never wrote a note that stood alone. Feynman constantly rewrote and recombined ideas until they became intuitive. The mechanism is simple. Connection creates internalization. Isolated notes expire. Connected notes compound. Everything from here builds on that. Now build the system. A second brain is not a warehouse. It's a subway system. Stations are notes. Value comes from the lines connecting them. When you write a note, follow 3 rules. 1. Capture one idea per note. In your own words, if a note contains multiple unrelated claims, split it. 2. Connect each new note to at least 2 existing notes. 1 supportive link, 1 contrasting link. No note stands alone. 3. Add 1 sentence that begins with, this matters because that line forces meaning. Picture 2 screens. On one side, folders full of AI summaries, stacked and disconnected. On the other, a graph view lighting up as notes connect and form clusters. Which system compounds? After 1 week, measure your link-to-note ratio. Total links divided by total notes. If you have 100 notes, you should have at least 200 meaningful connections between them. Not random tags, real conceptual links. If most notes have 0 or 1 connection, your system is still a filing cabinet, not a network. 1 rule matters: density drives retrieval. If notes don't link, your brain searches from scratch every time. That's friction. Density reduces it. Now we've fixed the notes. But even a strong note system fails without protected minutes. Structure isn't only about notes, it's about time. Deep work means 90-120 minutes, 1 defined outcome, 0 input. Attention works like an engine. It takes 15-20 minutes to warm up. If you stop at 30 minutes or keep switching tabs, you never reach full power. Protect 90 minutes so your brain can move from recall to synthesis. Before each session, define 1 visible outcome. Draft 800-word synthesis on X. Design slide outline for Q2 strategy. Create concept map connecting A and B. Vague goal. Work on research. Specific goal. Connect deliberate practice to leadership training in 5 key mechanisms. Specific gates tension. Your brain has a finish line. Next rule, no new input, no new podcasts, no random browsing, no AI prompts during the block. Every task switch forces your brain to reload context. That takes minutes. Multiply it across the session and depth disappears. Switching resets momentum. Momentum is where synthesis happens. Consider a student blocking 100 minutes to study biology. Result: scattered review. The same student blocks 100 minutes to create a concept map, connecting cellular respiration to exercise performance. Different structure, different depth. After each session, capture insights immediately. Add at least 3 links before you close. Don't let ideas evaporate. Now raise the stakes. If you skip deep work, your week fills with reaction, emails, edits, meetings. 6 months later, you've been busy every week, yet you can't point to a single finished idea. That's structural loss. No paper, no framework, no finished thinking, no protected minutes, no compounding output. Target 8 hours of deep work per week, roughly 4 90-minute blocks. That's where projects move. After 90-120 minutes of deep work, take 15-20 minutes of deliberate defocus. No phone, no reading, no input. Walk, sit, stare out a window. Focus narrows associations. When attention widens, distant ideas connect. That's why insights appear on walks, not at desks. Engineers describe this often. A bug feels unsolvable. They step away. The solution appears while washing dishes, writers mid-walk, scientists in showers, designers during commutes. Focus builds the parts. Defocus connects them. After each deep session, write 1 unresolved question. Take a 20-minute walk. Return and record any spontaneous connections. Research on incubation and insight shows short breaks can increase solution rates for complex problems. Timing matters. The loop looks like this. Focus hymene, capture T, focus ITT. Remove defocus and the system weakens. Constant stimulation feels productive. It replaces integration with reaction. We've built 2 pillars, linked notes and protected minutes. Add defocus and the system holds. Now revisit Daniel. Before, 1247 isolated notes. Search time, 10-15 minutes per idea. Output, occasional fragments. After 4 weeks of structured deep work and linking, 300 refined notes. Average 4 links per note. Retrieval under 60 seconds. 6-8 hours of deep work weekly. Defocus after each block. Result: 3 published essays assembled from linked material. Same intelligence, different structure, different output. Here's another case. A medical student uses the loop for cardiology. During deep work, she writes atomic notes on Racus system, vascular resistance, and blood pressure regulation. After sessions, she links them to older kidney function notes. During defocus, she sees the connection between hypertension and renal feedback loops. 3 months later, exam prep isn't rereading textbooks. It's navigating a map she already built. Revision time drops. Retention improves. Originality is rarely invention from scratch. It's recombination of structured parts. Now compress everything into one dashboard. Are you linking notes so ideas connect? Are you protecting 90-minute focus blocks each week? Are you stepping away for 15-20 minutes so patterns can surface? Are you producing at least 1 tangible artifact weekly? If those 4 are true, your knowledge compounds. If deep work drops, substance declines. If linking drops, if defocus drops, patterns stay hidden. If output drops, feedback disappears. Measure the system, not your mood. Structure drives clarity. Notes create density. Minutes create depth. Defocus creates insight. Now about AI. AI gives speed. Without structure, it multiplies noise. Use AI to clarify questions, not replace thinking. Rewrite outputs in your own words before saving. Link each AI-generated note to at least 2 existing ideas. If an AI note has 0 links, it isn't integrated. AI is a tool. Your second brain is the control center. Speed without structure increases confusion. Make this practical. 7 days. Day 1. Create 10 atomic notes. Link each to 2 others. Day 2, schedule one 90-minute deep work block, protect it. Day 3, add deliberate defocus after that session. Day 4, strengthen 5 weak connections in your network. Day 5, integrate one AI-assisted note properly. Day 6, run a 2-hour synthesis session across 10-15 notes. Day 7, publish one artifact, a thread, a memo, or a presentation. Output forces clarity. At the end of the week, check your dashboard. 20 plus linked notes, 4 plus deep work hours, 3 plus defocus sessions, 1 plus public output. If you hit those numbers, the system has started compounding. If you ignore them, you return to passive consumption. More inputs, no integration, no leverage. Now choose option A, keep collecting information that never connects. Option B, build a thinking network that compounds. You don't need more information. You need connection and protected time. Build the network, protect the minutes. Create space to think. Do this consistently for 4 weeks and you won't feel like you're starting from zero. Your system will think with you. Effort builds volume. Structure builds leverage. Protect one 90-minute block in the next 24 hours and run the loop once. Then decide option A or option B.